a double overtime thriller. Providence 103, Marquette 98 in double OT. By the way, coming up on the show, if you're watching and wondering what's happening, Ed Cooley's coming up. We got an interview with Ed Cooley. You will hear him sing. He had a very powerful message about what he told his guys after the win tonight that we'll get to in a moment. And Rob, who do we have at 11:30 coming on the show?
It'll be someone from Miami. I'm not exactly sure yet. Rumor has it could be Jordan Miller. It could be Isaiah Wong. Could be Nigel Pack. It could be SID Alex Schwartz. I don't know. It's going to be one of those things. Remember when we got surprised by Cam Jones a couple of weeks ago? Who was up? Were you on with me then, T.O.? We got surprised by Cam Jones. It's going to be one of those nights, man. You never know what you're going to get on the field of 68 after dark. That's the beauty.
I like it.
Can we do our toast of the night, by the way? Because I think since we're getting into this game,
go ahead.
Well, since we're getting into this game, might as well. Is anybody going to toast anything other than Bryce Hopkins tonight?
No.
You know what? Yeah. I'll let you two do Bryce Hopkins. I'll go Alan Breed.
Bryce Hopkins, look, he got me wearing the shirt. Providence fans, he got me wearing the shirt. The Friars lucky shirt. There was nothing lucky about that. I like wearing the shirt because I want you to buy it. I want to sell some merch. There was nothing lucky about that. 29 points, 23 boards. What a monster! How much? I hope there's no Kentucky fans watching this right now. That's all I got to say.
He was tough, man. He was tough. It was one thing after another, and that big, strong physical presence. Like, he's so fast, and it's not just like he's a big, strong dude, but it's his speed with that power that makes him such a difficult matchup for whoever he's going to play. 8 offensive boards, 15 defensive boards. Like, he was a monster. But I'm going to toast Alan Breed. You know why? His stats aren't the loudest, but like, the dude defends his butt off, and he hit arguably the biggest shot of the night. Like, that corner three that he had. Like, he's always been a role player, but he's a damn good role player. He guards. He doesn't complain when other guys are getting shots up. Like, I really enjoy watching him play because he's a quality piece, and you need guys like that to have a good ball team.
Couple of notes on this win for the Friars. They are now 29-1 in their last 30 games at Amica Mutual Pavilion. 29-1. A number of ranked wins in there. They have been a dominant force inside that building, which has become a house of horrors, a place where ranked teams go to die. Trivia question, who's the one? Who's the one team that beat Providence inside that building?
Villanova, and I was sitting right beside you, John Fanta.
Colin Gillespie beat them, and it was unbelievable. But the Friars have won 29 of 30 games inside the AMP. In addition to that, Bryce Hopkins tonight had 29 and 23. He is the first player in a Big East game to have a 20-20 game since Angel Delgado of Seton Hall in 2017.
Oh, that's a good stat.
That's
a good fact.
It has been close to 5 years since we've seen a 20-20 game in the Big East, and Hopkins had it, and this is his second Big East game. He is now realizing the type of stud that he can be. Ed Cooley's done this with LaDontae Hennon. He's done it with other foremen, and he's doing it with Hopkins now. It's almost as if the Al Skinner flex and Cooley set up well for a versatile four to make plays, to catch it on the elbow, make things happen. And guys, Ed Croswell is starting to perform like the man that he is. He's now really relishing in the fact that he's got to be what Nate Watson was to the Friars last year. And very suddenly, Providence, a team that was 8-3 heading into Saturday, and we're sitting there saying, they haven't done anything really to bolster themselves. They're not a tournament team right now. Look what 4 days can do. They went to Seton Hall. They were down 9 at the half. It looked bleak. They won that game. Tonight, they're down 76-68 with 4 minutes to go in regulation. Jeff Goodman texted our group and said Providence has a one-way ticket to the NIT. Well, Jeff, just like last year, you were wrong. And Providence proceeded to go on a 20-4 run. This game goes into overtime, and Providence finds a way to win in that building. They have a true home court advantage. It is
that's what they do, man. Like, at some point, I know. Look, I got the lucky shirt. I know we love to say this. I know we love to joke about it. But Ed leans all the way into that, and you're going to see him do it in this interview with him in a second. But there's something about the level of confidence and level of belief that team has in that building that they're going to find a way to do it. And Tio, you could probably attest this better than me, but there's something about having the mindset of, okay, we're in a bad spot. How are we going to figure out a way to get this done, as opposed to, oh man, we did it again. We blew it again. Or, oh, we're up by 8 with 5 minutes left.
A lot of that has to do with Cooley now, because Cooley goes into those games and say, hey, you just get me to those last 2 minutes, I'll get you there. And the fact that he says that means a lot. And that's why he was Naismith National Coach of the Year last year, Phantom.
And here is the stat of the night, America. Here's the stat that's better than the other two numbers. Since 2013, Terrence and Rob, in games decided by 5 points or less for Providence, they have played 100 games. 100 games decided by 5 points or less in the last 9 years. 100. Ed Cooley's record is 71-29.
Holy hell.
He wins 71% of the games that he's involved in that are decided by 5 points or less.
That's it. That's an incredible stat. And it says a lot about coaching. It says a lot about coaching and instilling confidence in your players, both.